Fly Fair Nation.
I know as soon as I told people that I was interviewing you, the first thing that they asked me, is there going to be a Fugee's album coming back? Can we get another one? Can we look forward to that? Will they ever put their differences aside and make it happen for the people?
I mean, look, my father used to tell me never say never, so I'm not gonna say never. So, who know? God, it's all in God's plan. I'm cool with Clef. I'm cool with Miss Hill. She's doing wonderful. The thing we did not want to do, we always wanted to, if we ever do come together, we want to top the score. Like, we don't want to just come together just cause.
Top the score musically, or what do you mean top the score?
Meaning, like, the music we did in score, we got to go to a place that's even deeper and better than the score. It can't even be as good as the score. It has to be better. And if we, because we tried it before and it just, all of us weren't on the same page. So we like, look, if it's not about, because that's the first thing for us. It's the music. It's not about the money. Listen, the last time we tried to do reunion, which was in '06, I mean, you're talking about, we were looking about anywhere between $300 to maybe $700 million if we went through. This is based on sponsors and what people were gonna give us, and it was like, yo, it ain't worth it, man. We're not selling our soul for that. We would just rather go do our own thing and just keep it moving.
What about the fans? So you're saying you don't want to disappoint the fans?
We don't want to disappoint ourselves and the fans.
Okay.
You know what's the worst thing? When people come together to do something just because, fortunately for us, we're not in a situation where, like, yo, we desperate, you know what I'm saying, to financially or anything like that, right? And see, a lot of people, for me as a fan of different artists, when I see them come back and do something, and you're like, oh, man, you should probably just not do that. You know what I'm saying? That's a disappointment, and we don't want the fan to be like, damn, you know what, let me just go back and buy a score.
I mean, because when you think of hip-hop, there's not a lot of hip-hop groups that I can even count on one hand that it's like, I was rocking with them. You got Outkast.
Yeah, Outkast.
Fugees.
Right.
NWA. I mean,
Right.
how many hip-hop groups really did it that you can call a hip-hop group?
Right.
By definition.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Fugees broke boundaries musically, even what you call hip-hop, defining hip-hop, the sound of hip-hop.
Right.
And I think that, I guess with all of your experiences coming together, I think it would be that much more richer.
It could be. It's just we have to get to that place. Because you also remember, now you're talking about so many. I mean, we had egos back then, and we was just kids. Imagine now.
Miss Hill, is that a culprit?
This is everyone, and don't let me get an Oscar. It's really going to be a problem. Because I'm going to have to walk in and be like, all right, listen. The Oscar right here, so how y'all want to do this?
Okay, that's your contribution.
I'm just playing. But I'm just saying,
No,
I'm
you're
just saying.
not.
No, I'm not playing, but I'm just saying, though,
But seriously, though.
No, but seriously, it's just a matter of, like, one thing I would say is, what the Fugees did and what the fans did for us, we just like, if we're going to come back, you know how many people come to me and be like, man, I remember where I was at when y'all guys are like my journey to life, and so we don't want to compromise that. I'd rather try to do that on my own. They doing their own. If it works, it doesn't work, cool. But that Fugee, that thing that we created, that we love hip-hop so much. You got to remember something. This is back when I was listening to Biggie. I was listening to NWA, Dr. Dre. They inspired us. When, I met Dre like 2-3 years ago for the first time. Met him at Noble in L.A. And the first thing he said to me.
This was when he was Cock Diesel, right? Cock Diesel.
He was coming down from the Cock Diesel.
Okay.
Right. So,
Because he's brawling.
Yeah.
A lot of cardio then.
No, but he was like, man, he said, listen, man, my favorite record is Fugee Lie, man. He said the score's incredible. Fugee Lie, man. And to hear that from Dre, I mean, come on. These guys that I look up to, you know what I'm saying to you? So we don't want to tamper with that.
I get it. Yeah, of course. DJ Epps, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. I understand how you said that you guys are not desperate and everything, but like, let's say a big fan like me, I'm desperate. And if I'm putting records together, you think that's possible? Something like that could happen in that direction?
You know, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, even as much as I feel about where I'm at personally, and sometimes I might be a little bit upset at the other two for whatever reason, or frustrated. I shouldn't use the word upset. But I can't lie to you. Like when I see through Twitter, or I see like Funk Master Flex is trying to like, do his thing to, try to encourage the Fugees to get back together. You even saying that, it makes me feel positive because I remember those moments, and that's what I got into hip hop for. So if they come to me and they say, look, it's funny, I just got a call today. I'm not gonna say from who. I got a call from someone who's in very immediate person from the Fugee camp, and he's like, that call's coming. You know that call's coming. I'm just letting you know that call is coming. You better not front. I said, listen, if the call comes, I'm gonna be here. I'm always gonna be here. I'm a Fugee till I die.
I might try to beat him to that call. Sounds like somebody I already know.
The Haitian connection right there.
You Haitian?
Of course, man.
Blood clot.
You guys didn't know that? I thought you knew that.
I'm a light-skinned Haitian, all right? Don't get
See,
it.
that them light-skinned Haitian.
Right there.
Yeah, man. So it'll make sense for and the city sees me as a brand new DJ, but I came from your era. I helped make the Fugees. I think I can say that.
I appreciate that. Listen, a lot of people. Listen, man. I know how we came up, and I know what you're saying. Like I feel it. We people supported us, man. Especially on the first album, they were like, man, send them kids back to the boat. Back to Haiti. Listen, people really rallied behind us, man, and made the people made the Fugees.
Yeah,
straight up and down. People like you.
I really think a Zoe like me could try to make something like that happen.
I respect that, man.
We'll see. I guess time's going to tell. Now, I was reading something about what's going on in Haiti right now, and maybe you can educate me on the situation, but I hear that the Haitians and the Dominicans are there's a divide, and there's been like lynchings going on with like Haitian boys, and it's been in the news lately. What is going on over there?
Yeah, I mean, and it gets a little bit political, but I'm going to try to just give you a broad stroke view real quick. So, DR and Haiti, what's funny, what's going on in DR and Haiti, it was actually the reverse in the 70s, meaning like Haiti was the destination spot and DR was what Haiti is right now.
Got it.
And then that transition happened in the late 80s, 90s, and now DR is the destination place, and it's like, oh, Haiti's the place, that's whatever. But there's always been this, and it really is just a divide, right? Because when the ship came from Africa, they dumped everyone on this one island. The Spaniards took one part of it, and the Haitian took one part. Then when the Haitian won the revolution in 1804, we had the whole island. We gave the Dominicans their independence, right? And then it just been that whole, like, the Dominicans just felt like they were better than the Haitian felt like they're better than the Dominicans, and whoever at that point who has more power does what they do to the other. It just, what we're trying to do is trying to find a way, because I have a lot of Dominican friends, so it's kind of like for us, a lot of Haitians who have Dominican friends and vice versa, it put us in a very compromised situation, because it's like at one point you want to be mad at the Dominicans, but at the same time, like, yo, I got Dominican brothers. And and what's interesting, if there's 9 million Dominicans in the Dominican Republic, 2 million of them are Haitians. So it's kind of like, it's just weird, we hoping that something could kind of like ease the tension.
Well, is this something that, I guess, do you call him President Sweet?
Well,
Micky?
we call him Michel Martelly,
Okay.
so President Martelly.
So is that something that he would be addressing? Or
Yeah, he's going to try to, deal with it. Obviously you have to deal with it in a very diplomatic way, because you don't want to start a war, obviously, over something, for a couple isolated. I think it's probably an isolated situation. It's just a matter of like, he has to sit down with the power that be and explain to them that can't happen, because what's going to happen is you share an island, and it's just going to cause a lot of tension, and it's going to erupt. And I'm going to tell you something about them Haitians. I don't care what kind of army the Dominicans may think they have. Them Haitians don't play, man. Them Haitians don't play. Straight up and down, they don't play. And we don't want to go there with that,
Hopefully it'll get resolved in a peaceful
yeah, right.
But the Sweet Micky for President documentary is out today.
Well, it's out in a festival,
Okay.
but it's actually going to come out in the movie theaters in a couple months. And we're also doing a soundtrack for it. It's going to be crazy.
Who's on the soundtrack?
Oh, we're putting the shit Ooh, did I just say that?
You can, we're not live.
Oh, okay, cool. We putting it together.
You can say what you want to say.
We putting it together now. It's gonna be
Ideally,
cool.
who would you want on the soundtrack?
It's not about who we want. I mean, obviously, look, I can probably get anyone I want. It just has to make sense to the storyline of the movie, right? So I'm not gonna get, say,
the Fugees reunion on the soundtrack.
That would be great, but I don't think that's gonna happen, right? But no, I'm just saying, like, for example, a Beyonce wouldn't make sense because there's no ties between her and Haiti, whatever, except for when she, supported Haiti during the earthquake. But it's just gonna be very organic. It's gonna be some fly music,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to check it out. And
Thank you.
you guys for coming, and hopefully,
you.
We can get that Fugees reunion soon come.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you one question. I know Clef, he wrote his tell-all book not too long ago. He said some very controversial things, and him and Miss Hill kind of got into it about some things that was said.
Right.
Do you think that you would ever tell your side of the story?
No, there's no need for that.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing is that basically, I founded the Fugees, and we went on. Look, it's been a great honor to work with Lauryn Hill. I met her when she was 12 years old.
Wow.
She was in 8th grade. Clef and I, we like brothers. We went to church together. We played in the band together. That's how it all started. But Clef was older than me, so I had my little band with Lauryn Hill first. And then I brought Clef on, But, I mean, I think there are two incredible talent, man. I think Lauryn Hill is probably one of the most incredible female talent in the last 30 years, period. But, what them two got going on, or what they had going on, that's between the two of them, I'm just that fly on the wall who just never going to talk about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Respect it. I respect it. And thank you guys for coming through.
Thanks for having us. I want to give big up to all my Miami people, my Haitians, my Jamaicans, blah, blah, my Cubans. You know what I'm saying, too? Go check out Sweet Micky for President. It's coming to a theater soon.